The meaning of the movie author Orpheus for reading for minutes published 24.10. 2019 updated 1.12. 2022 The old Soviet cartoon, created by director Yuri Norstein, never tires of revisiting both adults and children. Many find in the beautiful cartoon a hidden meaning. The plot of the cartoon Hedgehog in the Fog, in an incredibly sad and kind story, tells about two friends, Hedgehog and Bear. In the evenings they counted the stars, each from his own side. One day Hedgehog went to Bear's house as usual. He carried raspberry jam in a bundle so that he could drink tea from the samovar with his friend. Bear always put it with juniper sprigs. Along the way, Hedgehog got into a fog where he met incredible creatures. An elephant and a huge snail, a sad horse and cheerful moths, creepy bats, and a mysterious creature that lived in the river and spoke politely but silently. This strange creature helped Hedgehog to reach the shore. The good-natured dog brought Hedgehog his lost bundle of jam. Meanwhile Bear was looking for Hedgehog. The friends met and began to count the stars, each on his own side. If they do not do this, who will count the stars? What is the meaning of the cartoon Hedgehog in the Fog? Every human creation has a hidden meaning. There is he and in the cartoon, Hedgehog in the Fog. Mystical version. The mysterious cartoon is full of mysticism. Fog, in which the hedgehog fell into, symbolizes a mysterious otherworld, full of fantastic creatures. The owl, chasing the protagonist, a symbol of evil forces. The dog, who returned to Hedgehog a bundle of jam, a symbol of good. Bats also symbolize evil, and the sad white horse represents death. Viewers with a well-developed imagination see Hedgehog's journey to the afterlife along the river carrying him somewhere. They compare the river to the river of the dead from mythology. Space version. A close look at the cartoon makes you think that the hedgehog is in space. At the beginning there is a barely visible silhouette of a flying saucer, and so dense fog and bright stars can only be in space, so far and near. Philosophical. There is a philosophical meaning in this kind cartoon. Hedgehog wanders in the fog of his own consciousness and reflects on the mysteries of existence and the mysteriousness of the world around him. Coming out of the fog of absurdities and contradictions, Hedgehog meets good. But he does not stop thinking about the meaning of life. And the mysterious tree symbolizes knowledge. It is only necessary to pass through it, and many things will become clear. Educational. The creators of the good story about the hedgehog teach children to overcome childhood fears. Everyone in childhood was afraid of something. Trees could seem evil giants, fog and darkness gave rise to terrible monsters. But the brave little hedgehog overcame all his fears and came out of the fog to his friend. Friendly. The tale of Hedgehog and Little Bear teaches kindness and true friendship. The bear cub was worried about his friend and went to look for him. The cartoon teaches to believe in true friendship, to appreciate and cherish it. Otherwise, with whom to count the stars? On the example of mysterious characters, cartoon teaches to help others. Strange creature helped Hedgehog. When he fell into the river, the dog brought a bundle of jam. All of them helped Hedgehog, without asking anything in return. About faith. There is a hint of religion in the kind cartoon. The firefly flying over the twig in Hedgehog's hands resembles a church candle. And there is an impression that the character is making his own procession, striving for light out of darkness. When Hedgehog floats down the river, he gives himself over to the current and expects the river to take him somewhere. Learning is light. In the cartoon there are also symbols that show the usefulness of knowledge. The hedgehog is pursued by an owl, a symbol of wisdom, at first frightening, then no longer scary. As is learning, which is at first frightening. The tree with the mysterious passage represents the entrance to the world of knowledge. The hedgehog is not frightened by moths, not frightened by the creepy owl. He knows that no harm will come to him from these creatures. For adults, there is also another hidden meaning in a children's cartoon. Adults will notice their clear associations with real life. People who had previously wandered in a fog of ignorance and belief, come to the light. The meaning of the ending of the cartoon Hedgehog in the Fog. The ending of the mysterious cartoon is quite predictable. Hedgehog, who had so many incredible adventures in the mysterious fog, reached the house of the bear. Seeing his friend, who was worried about him and had already started looking for him, Hedgehog gradually moved away from the foggy obsession. Everything that had passed seemed to him like a dream. He was brought out of this state by Bear's excited voice asking about the jam. The friends began to count the stars again. Hedgehog was worried about one thing: how was the horse? The meaning of the calming finale is that after worries and fears there will certainly come peace and joy. And then it will be possible again to quietly do your favorite thing, count the stars. And also the finale makes us realize that it is good to have a friend who is able to pull out of the fog and give peace and happiness.